We'll get you back into court in just a moment, but first let's bring back in federal trial attorney Alexis Rosenberg. Alexis, in talking about the health of Tammy Daybell, one of the things I mentioned to Michael was, listen, it's all well and good that my entire family I live with might know any of my health issues, but when I go out and about, I may not want to advertise it. I may act with my friends, no, I'm okay, let's go for a walk, let's do physical activity. So I just don't know that this is dispositive of the issue.
I agree with you. I mean, let's break it down. None of them have a medical degree. I mean, they're just saying what they're perceiving or what they believe. But that doesn't mean, even if she would have said, I'm not feeling well, it doesn't mean that she was truly sick. Maybe she was fatigued that day. Maybe she worked out too hard, whatever it may be. So I'm not really getting this testimony.
You know what's interesting, Alexis? I agree with you 100%, and I'm wondering what message it might be sending to the jury, because what it feels to me that they're doing is they're bolstering testimony from the ME, and hopefully we'll hear from a second ME who did the autopsy after the exhumation. But at the end of the day, it says to me that maybe you don't believe so much in your autopsies. You've got to bring all this information in about how she's doing exercises and she looked like a healthy woman. It's not something you see all the time, and I think it kind of even weakens the state's case.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm not really getting this line of testimony. I mean, if we would have just had maybe somebody briefly say something to the effect that she was fine and she was working out, but there's a lot of focus on this. I mean, we've had a lot of testemony about this.
Yeah, I agree. It's the amount that's causing me some pause.
On and on and on.
Yeah, that one witness who came in and said, hey, she took some classes with me around the time that she was found dead. Okay, I get it. Now you're going on and on with this. All right, Alexis, stand by. We're going back in. Fremont County Sheriff's Detective Bruce Mattingly is still on the stand. He's still on cross. Let's get you back in court. Welcome back, folks. Before we go back to court, let's bring in federal trial attorney Alexis Rosenberg. And Alexis, I got a comment on John Pryor and his cross-examinations. I don't know how much or points he's gaining with his cross, but I can tell you the guy is very talented at cross, because even on points that don't matter or don't quite land, the way he asks questions, the way he goes after witnesses, now some people may say it's a little strong, but at the end of the day, I think he's been very effective with his cross-examinations.
I think they're both good attorneys, but I agree with you. But I am starting to get really sick of him saying over and over again that the defendant was sobbing and sobbing and sobbing. That is starting to get slightly annoying, especially considering I'm thinking, was he sobbing because it was joy? Because he got married 2 weeks later. But I agree with you that he's a very good attorney, and it's a strong cross.
In cross-examination, you want the jury to hear what you're asking. You don't really care what the answer is from the witness, and he has that down. This jury has a lot to consider for sure. Let's go back into court now. On the stand is another detective with the Fremont County Sheriff's Office. Let's go back inside.